My name is Michael, and I'm joined with Justin and Richard. And today we're here to talk about the impacts of climate change, especially regarding the drought in the American Southwest. And this is for our CPSG 101 Science and Global Change Colloquium Semester 2.
So some background on the American Southwest. Before we get to talking about what's currently happening in the American Southwest, we should learn a little bit about it and what its conditions are normally like. So the American Southwest is composed of Arizona, Utah, Colorado, New Mexico, Nevada, and California. And droughts have long been a common feature of the region. The region has always been arid and averages between 13.4 and 15.7 inches of precipitation each year. This is significantly less than the US average of about 33.7 inches. And because of this, water has always been extremely scarce in the region, and any further decrease in precipitation can have drastic impact on the region.
And what's happening. So as you can see from the slide on the screen, the Southwest is experiencing extreme levels of drought, especially in the California southern region, and then most of Arizona. And so one of the several horrific phenomena of climate change is actually that it's evident in our very own country. The American Southwest is currently experiencing an unprecedented widespread drought across the entire country. But in these particular states, it's where it's most evident. As we will discuss later on in this presentation, it certainly has this just disastrous effects on not only individuals living in the areas impacted, but also on wildlife, crops, forests, and the environment. And as you can see from the graphics, once again, the Southwest is experiencing extreme levels of drought.
So impacts of droughts, and especially on water sources around the region. So water reservoirs throughout the region has been shrinking. And one example of that is Lake Powell, which is an artificial reservoir on the Colorado River in Utah and Arizona. It provides water and electricity for the millions of people that live nearby. But in recent months, it has dropped to historically low water levels due to droughts in the region and expected to further drop. So you can see from the satellite images on the left to the reservoir is now noticeably different from the 1998. It looks a lot smaller and narrower. Another example of this is Lake Mead. Lake Mead has experienced even more extreme water losses due to the drought. You can see from the picture that previous underwater areas have now been transferred into deserts with cracked rocks. You can see that formerly sunken vessels are appearing out of the blue. And roads that used to lead to the shoreline now end hundreds of feet before you even see water.
So what does this mean for the future? Well, droughts are expected to be the norm as climate change continues, and current projections show no visible increase in precipitation in the future for the American Southwest. And so because of this, projections for soil moisture and snow and runoff are all expected to continually decrease. And this means that droughts are projected to become only more intense and frequent as our planet continues to heat up. And so some effects of this future without change is decreased water supply, an increase in wildfires, and decline in agriculture. Shown on the very left is the depletion of the Colorado River. You can very clearly see the decrease in water level as shown by the marks on the rocks. And as Justin previously mentioned about Lake Powell, the water reservoir associated with the Colorado River can dry up and shut off dams that are meant to provide hydroelectric power to the surrounding region. And according to the United States Bureau of Reclamation, that river is essential to the homes of nearly 40 million people. Another effect of the continual drought in the American Southwest is the high increased risk of forest fires. We have already seen a lot of increase in wildfires in the past few years in areas like California, and the news reporting has been pretty widespread. But fires also have a very direct impact on human life. Ash and debris can contaminate water supply, and smoke from those fires can very directly impact human health due to poor air quality. Finally, drought, excuse me, has a very big impact on agriculture, especially just crop yields. Plants aren't able to thrive in the drier and hotter conditions, and the livestock and crops that do survive require an even greater amount of resources like water and feed in order to grow. And drought can even increase plant and insect disease outbreaks that negatively affect the crops too. All these factors have a ripple effect through the global economy, affecting farmers and consumers and everyone else in between.
And so what should we do? According to Stowe and Bergman, human-caused climate change today is unlike any other period in the planet's history, which is why it's important as us today that we actually do something. And so it's important that we're aware of the impacts of climate change. It's not just impacting just the American Southwest, but every other areas and regions, not only in the United States, but also throughout the entire world. And climate change has been substantially been increasingly detrimental to our environment ever since the Industrial Revolution. And because we're becoming more industrial as the years progress, it's only it can be suggested that it will only become even more worse later on in the future. And thank you.